Welcome again to another Reimagining Oak Park series. Today we're going to be talking with John Meister, the Executive Director of Thrive Counseling Center. And this is really an opportunity to think about how we see mental health changing now and in the future of Oak Park. So John, thank you for joining us.
Well, Thrive does a lot of things that people don't really know about. The biggest thing people might have heard about is Thrive's relationship with the police. Mm-hmm. We have a contractual relationship with the Oak Park and the River Forest Police and Fire Departments, and through that contract we provide crisis services, mental health crisis services. So we have a full-blown team, 4 full-time employees plus a manager. We've also got 4 interns that we bring in every year, and we train them to be crisis workers. So we work hand in hand with the local police departments and fire departments in the event that there is a mental health crisis. Now, what does Thrive do? Thrive provides a lot of different services. I talked about the crisis services. One of the things we did early in the pandemic was recognizing that people might be struggling during the pandemic. We started a new check-in service that's intended for people who aren't ready for necessarily therapy, but who are struggling with the pandemic. And so the idea here is pick up the phone, give us a call. We have a mental health professional who can, communicate with you, listen to you, understand what some of your needs are, and just be another human being to interact with. And so we're not expecting that you're going to start therapy services with us. This is a service intended just to be able to, take the edge off.
I know you talked about some programs that we'd done at the high school. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about that and just the overall commitment to youth that you've had even before the pandemic.
Well, one of the things that we've been doing with the community is to raise more awareness about mental health issues. And one of those is the Suicide Safer initiative that we put in place 3.5 years ago. We started that whole program with first responders, with the Park District. We also offered some of those workshops to the high school as well. It's evolved over time, and we're now doing a program with the high school that has been built into the health class curricula, where we go in and we do a module called QPR, Question, Persuade, and Refer. And the whole intention there is to raise awareness for youth around some of the signs and symptoms that someone might be suffering if they're having thoughts of suicide. Last year we did a program in the fall and then another one in the spring, and we trained over 950 students.
Trying to think through how are we going to continue to fund programs like Thrive that are dealing not just with crisis, but also with making sure that our villagers feel comfortable being who they are, right? I mean,
right. This particular year we've had just a tremendous outpouring of support from the community, but it's really driven by our board members reaching out to people that they know. But we also have a fabulous development director and a woman named Sarah Finnegan. We've also had some terrific support from our board. And to put a number on it, I mean, typically we hope to raise about $100,000 in the annual appeal. This year we've raised close to $160,000. The biggest obstacle to mental health care that I've seen is the ability to afford care. We're beginning to get to the point where we feel pretty good about the structure that we've put in place for services, the supports that we've gotten from the local community, and hopefully at some point we'll be strong enough to be able to reach out to other communities to offer those services outside of Oak Park.
Fantastic. And just once again, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I know this has been a really great exploration of what we think that mental health could be in Oak Park, and appreciate your time being able to talk with us today.